What's up guys, Sarah Winstead here, bikini athlete and coach for Pro Physique. Welcome back to my channel. This week I have a couple of things for you guys on the agenda. A physique update, sharing a couple of videos of me training with Yuna because we started puppy school yesterday at PetSmart, so I'm really excited to share that with you. As well as some tips and tricks as we go into the new year, resolutions, goals, things to help you kind of navigate and really set yourself up for a very successful 2023 and whatever that looks like for you and your goals. So first off, physique update. You guys have been asking for this. I've been in prep now 2 weeks and seen some good progress so far. I'll put up some photos here. We can't really see too many differences yet between like week 1 and now week 2. But I am down an average over the course of the week, 1 pound. And so that's how we know with the daily fluctuations, even that actual fat loss is sticking. I'm also down about 1/4 inch in my waistline as well, so that we know that, you know, a lot of that is body fat that's coming off of my body, which is nice to see. That waistline measurement is very key and very critical, especially for the fat loss phase that we're in, because a lot of us, including myself, carry body fat right in our stomachs. And so that's a great way to kind of, again, measure your progress beyond simply just using the scale. So put up the photos so you guys can see. I got some good feedback as well from my coach Paul about my posing. And now posing is very, very important. I'll say right now, I'm not the best poser. And so that's why I have a posing coach. My teammate and fellow coach, Raja Hill, is my posing coach. She is fantastic. So if you're looking for a posing coach, she is amazing. She just got 4th in the Olympia right now, and it was amazing to watch her do that. So she's my posing coach, but my coach Paul told me about standing up straighter, number 1. I definitely see that in my photos, re-looking at them, as well as doing a little bit more rotation with my hips, as far as bringing them forward a little bit, and seeing if I can't pull the waistline, pull that belly button in tighter. So for me, that means I need to work even more on my vacuums. Now, I'll probably do a separate video down the road about how I'm performing my vacuums, but if you guys need the tips, need the tricks, literally just search on YouTube, you know, vacuums, core strength, and things like that. You'll see how to do that, but I think it's really important for your core control on stage, because if you can't pose, even if you had the best physique, you're not going to place as well as you think that you should. So that's an overall physique update. We did increase my cardio a little bit just to keep this thing going in the right direction. I don't mind cardio, honestly. I'd rather, personally for me, keep my food a little bit higher and increase my cardio and movement a little bit more, knowing that yes, I am getting a good, 1.5 mile walk a day with Yuna when the weather is nice. If not, I get steps in at the gym, and so I like keeping my steps and my activity a little bit higher. However, flip side of that, things that I'm noticing over this last week has been, obviously more hunger between meals, less satiety at meals. I only feel really full after my post-workout meal, which is my biggest meal of the day, which if you guys haven't seen my video on like pre and post intra-workout nutrition, check that out on my YouTube channel. It's a really good informative video about how to kind of split up your carbohydrates, because your pre and post workout meal should be about half to 60% of your carbs for the day should be between those 2 meals. That's when I feel the most full. I've noticed that. You learn a ton about yourself in this contest prep process. I'm also noticing that I am more tired, increased cardio, less food, but I'm also been more sore this week because I've kept up my workout intensity, which is what you should do during contest prep to help your body maintain as much muscle mass as possible. But with that intensity, because we're not taking in as much food and because I'm doing more cardio, I'm gonna be more sore. I'm gonna be more tired. So what am I doing to combat that? More mobility work. My mobility flow I'm doing almost daily now, as well as I have a foam lacrosse ball that I'm also rolling on my glutes, because that's where the tension is most prevalent, as well as my hips. So I'm taking those things very seriously, as well as my rest days. Today is Thursday, it's my rest day, and I'm just like, oh, thank God. I'm just like, thank God it's rest day. And so, looking at things from hey, what's going on? What things am I experiencing and how can I minimize them or combat them in the most positive way possible? That's how I like to look at my own personal contest prep, and how I like to help my clients look at it from what's happening and how can we improve, or at least optimize it in as much as we possibly can. That's the goal in contest prep, of staying ahead of things like that. So, and I'll probably do a separate video on tips and tricks to combat hunger once my hunger gets even higher, and I start having to employ a little bit more techniques and tips and tricks. So, yeah, so that's the full physique update, kind of where we are right now. Very happy. We're both very happy with where I'm progressing so far, of how this is going. But obviously not every single week we're going to make progress. And knowing that going into a contest prep, which is why we gave ourselves an ample amount of time to get to where we need to be. And so I'm not stressed at all. Like, I'm just like, yep, we're going. You know, I have my meals. I have basically a meal plan for myself, eating the same foods every single day because A, I like them. B, it makes meal prep and execution, I don't have to think when I'm prepping my meals or preparing my meals, and then C, it all fits in my numbers and it's all good. So it just takes the guesswork out of it. And so I probably won't change my food until my macros change, and then I'll start employing different foods, changing out portions and things like that. And I'll do further videos on this too, as I kind of get deeper into those kinds of things, the deeper we get into prep, and have to get really crafty sometimes with how I, choose to spend my macros and things like that. Yeah, that's the physique update.
Good morning. Are we still sleepy? I think we're still sleepy. And back to sleep she goes.
All right, so fun voiceover, doing some training with Yuna. We're working on a couple of things here. Sit, which I'm trying to do with just a nonverbal. I'm trying to move around a little bit here and get her to sit. And Daniel is actually off screen clicking a clicker, so that way she associates the clicker with a treat. And then so I'm kind of conversing with him a little bit to try to get some good feedback. This is my first time ever training a puppy. And so I'm moving around a little bit, trying to just get her to respond to the commands exactly. It's only been 1 week, so she's already like sitting and associating that with the clicker, but trying to get her to move around a little bit and do the commands and sit on command with the nonverbal first, and then hopefully we're going to learn the actual sit command a couple of times this week. And I'm trying to do free as well to get her to come up from the sit. That's a little bit more advanced, but we're working on it, and she doesn't pay attention sometimes. She's very food motivated, as most puppies are, but we're working on it. And so I worked on sit with her. I also worked on things like touch, as well as focus. So yeah, this is the touch command. Basically, she boops my hand and she gets the treat. So yeah, we're working on different things here. We do this about 4 or 5 minutes every single day, and I'm excited to, this is the focus one. I'm trying to put it close to her nose so she looks at me. And then once she looks at me or the treat, Daniel clicks it, and then we can kind of move on. So doing this about once a day, 4 to 5 minutes, lots of training treats, knowing the difference between low value treats and high value treats and things like that. So we're working on it. She's getting better every single day, and it's a process, just like everything else, including your fitness and nutrition journey. So I wanted to share this with you guys, because you guys have been asking about how Yuna has been doing.
All right, I hope you guys enjoyed those training clips with Yuna. We are working very hard with her, and it's, like I said in the voiceover, it's really cool for me to learn, as well as an owner, a first-time puppy owner, of what to do, how often to do it, getting the reps in. It's the same thing, honestly, as what fitness and nutrition is for me, as far as getting the reps in, putting in the work, and then you will see the results. She's learning. It's going to take some time to do that, and so we're dedicating the time each and every day to working with her, and of course, doing the puppy school as well to keep her social, and for me also to learn the right way to do things. So I'm really excited about that, and you guys have been asking about Yuna, so I wanted to share that with you. But switching gears over to New Year's resolutions, New Year's goals, and what 2023 is going to look like for you. A lot of people are probably putting out content. You're probably seeing all the ads on TV right now for this quick fix or that fad diet or juice cleanse here, detox here, run here, go there, do this workout style and things like that. You're probably being overwhelmed, and it can be very overwhelming. When looking at 2023, as far as what you want to accomplish for yourself and what kind of goals you want to set for yourself. Personally, for me, and what I encourage my own clients to do as well, is goals over resolutions. I'd rather us set goals for ourselves, because we can employ the SMART technique, which I'm sure you guys have heard about, but I'll just quickly review it here. Specific, measured, attainable, realistic, and timely. And so those kinds of goals are really going to help you get to where you need to be. Not the, lose 30 pounds in 30 days and, 10 inches off your waistline and shit like that, will probably work, but you also might be shitting yourself for 5 days too. I think like just the reality of what those things actually do to our bodies, because in my opinion, you learn nothing from those. You learn nothing from eliminating entire food groups. You learn nothing from things that are so rules and restrictive and like saying, oh, eat only this, eat only at these times, and do only this and do only this workout style. If you change 15,000 things during the first week of January, I guarantee you're gonna give up and you're gonna get frustrated by week 3 because you changed way too many things at one time. And so I encourage you guys, look at your goals for next year. Make sure they have at least a couple of these things. I'd add, along with realistic, as far as a qualifier for goals, sustainable. You guys heard me talk a lot about flexible dieting, finding and employing a dieting and nutrition and fitness style that is sustainable for you beyond the dieting phase, beyond the initial fat loss phase, or whatever that looks like for you. And so I would add in sustainability, because these fad diets out there are not. They're just not. They may work for the entirety of what you do them for, but then again, what do you learn? How have you been social? Have you been able to actually like eat other things or enjoy other foods, or even learn about, what your body responds to best, or how you best work from an energy standpoint, from a workout standpoint, things like that as well. So I encourage you guys, figure out some goals for the new year, set them, make them lofty. Challenge yourself in those kinds of goals. I want you to do that, but I also want you to do it in a way that's going to be realistic and sustainable for you. So and the way I do that with my clients is I like to set up mini goals for ourselves. Like, we may have a goal for the year, but what does that look like at different checkpoints? What does it look like after 3 months? Where do you want to be in 3 months? Where do you want to be in 3 weeks? And changing 1 to 2 things. 1 to 2 things. Making it simple and easy on yourself. So, for example, if you've never been to the gym or have been in the gym in a couple of years and want to get back to it, that's one thing. Change it. Join a gym. Buy some home gym equipment if you have the time and the space to do that. If you join a gym, that's your one thing. Don't try to go 5 days in week 1. Try to go 1, 2 days. That's an easy checkbox, make you feel accomplished, make you feel good about yourself, rather than committing and overcommitting yourself and overstressing yourself too quickly. That's your one thing. Number 2, if you're just joining a gym, okay, great. I want to join a gym, learn about some weights, maybe, buy a basic program or something like that I see online. Start off with a trainer of some kind as well that can help you out with some basics. Number 2 could be, hey, I want to walk 8 to 10,000 steps a day. Maybe I'm only walking 3 or 4,000 steps a day. Maybe I want to try to double that, or go for a 30-minute walk after my lunch break. That's easy things. Employ that. 1 to 2 things. Stick with it for 2 to 3 weeks. Yes, it's slower. Yes, it's not sexy. It doesn't sell in the magazines, but it will stick if you change 1 to 2 things. Then once you master that, build from there. So say you went to the gym for 3 weeks, twice a week. Add a 3rd day. Be like, all right, cool. Got these 2 days down. They're in my schedule. I've been able to do this consistently, because that, above all else, consistency, if you've heard me say it before, it matters. It matters because it builds that momentum and it builds that confidence in yourself that you can execute this plan, that you can make these improvements, that you can make these changes, because I fully believe in your ability to do so, but start small. Start small. So that's why I say mini goals are fantastic for yourself. Setting yourself up checkpoints every 2 weeks as far as what did I do? What did I not do? What do I need to do better on to improve for the next set of couple of weeks? And if you've mastered those 2 things, then add 1 to 2 more things. Drinking more water, having protein in every single meal, eating more fruits and vegetables, or figuring out what fruits and vegetables you actually enjoy, having one of those at every single meal. Those easy changes. It doesn't have to be, I'm going to track my macros, I'm going to work out 5 days a week, and I'm going to compete next year. That's a lofty goal for someone that's never been in the gym. Making sure they're realistic. And I'm not saying it can't happen, but I'm just saying you have a better chance of accomplishing it, not being one of those people that fails at their resolutions because they did too much too quickly. So, get on my soapbox about that. Words of the year. So I encourage you guys, think about some words of the year. I've picked out 3 for last year, and I'll share my words for 2022. Strength, intention, patience. Those are my 3 words. I said strength, hey, I want physical strength, I want emotional strength, I want mental strength. Those 3 things I focused on for 2022, and I think I did a pretty darn good job increasing that kind of capacity as far as strength goes. Intention, making sure I'm doing things with intent and not just going through the motions just because it's there. Putting some passion behind my movements, my execution, my clients, my job, my relationships, things like that. Patience, we all need more patience. Like I'm a Taurus, I'm a stubborn, impatient bull, and we all need more patience. And so those are my words for this year. What are my words for next year? Focus, patience, belief. Now, carried one over because again, stubborn bull, I need more patience. Focus. I need to focus on my goals. I need to focus and put the blinders on sometimes, whether it be my job, my family, my clients, my own contest prep. I kind of figured out 5 things that are very, very important to me. If it's not one of those 5 things that I need to focus on, it's not in my purview. It's not my monkeys. It's not my problem. And I need to learn to let go of that. So that word focus helps me just remember, and I've written it down on the whiteboard right over here. Remember that if it's not one of those 5 things, if it's not in my purview, that I don't need to focus on it. It's not worth my energy. It's not worth my time. This includes things. This also includes people. Hard to do, but that's why it's one of my words for this year. Patience, already said it, need it, always need it, especially during contest prep. Patience is key. Even during growth season, improvement season, you need patience. Because like I said before, I'm not going to lose weight every single week. The scale is not going to go down every single week. The waistline's not going to get tighter every single week. There's going to be some bumps in the road. Learning and being patient with myself and just giving my body what it needs and the time that it needs is going to help me bring the package that I want to in 2023. Belief. Now, you probably think, oh, well, she's like super confident, right? She has YouTube, she got Instagram, she's a coach, she puts all of her shit out there. And I'm just like, yeah, there's sometimes I'm not that confident. I'm a human being, but I need to believe in myself. I want to believe in my work. I want to believe in what I'm going to bring to the table and bring to the stage. I want to be believing in my own package and in my own self that I can do this. So that's what I'm working on for this year. I encourage you guys, find some words of the year. I already have a couple of clients that are sending me over their words. Comment below with what your words are going to be, because sharing those things with other people is fantastic. It's inspiring to other people. So think about it. That's a great way to kind of tie your goals back to your words of the year and kind of have it go in tandem, and then write them down. They're on my whiteboard. They're going to be on my mirror in my bathroom. Put them there so you see them. That way, every single time you walk in that space, you're just like, oh, yeah, okay, I got this. It lights that fire again, because not every day you're going to be motivated to go after your goals. There's going to be days like today, I am super freaking tired, but I'm still here getting out my YouTube video, responding to my clients, and doing what needs to be done. Am I probably going to take a nap later? Yeah, probably. I'm tired. It comes with the territory. But that doesn't mean you don't show up for yourself and show up for everyone else around you that matters. So, yes. So the last 2 points I want to make right now is sharing your goals, which I kind of already mentioned. Share goals with those around you, family members, friends. Write them down so you can see them. Share them with yourself by writing them down. But share them with those around you. That way they can help you stay accountable as well. Be like, hey, if you see me kind of straying, if you see me complaining, or if you see me, missing, multiple weeks of workouts, can you check in with me and just make sure I'm okay? Ask people to do that, because then they can share their goals with you as well. And you can create like a buddy system. It's always good to have a friend or a family member or something like that A, believes in you, and number 2, supports you, and then can hold you also accountable and put your feet to the fire a little bit. Being like, hey, I see that you haven't worked out in a couple of weeks. You're going to go to the gym? Hey, let's go to the gym together. Make it a positive experience as well when you're holding each other accountable. Don't just be like, hey, you need to do this, you need to do that. No, that comes from a negative place and a negative mindset. Making change from a positive place is going to stick. That's why I encourage you, positive mindset and positive why you're doing these and why you're setting these goals. And making sure your why behind this is coming from a place of self-love and self-improvement, and not from a place of hate or shame or guilt or anything like that. That's a recipe for disaster, in my opinion. So, but also accountability, having a coach, that can really help. We do have a variety of coaching options here at Pro Physique. Obviously, the one-on-one coaching is what most of my clients do, but we also have the New Year's Transformation Challenge at Pro Physique. And I'll put a link below if you guys are interested in learning more about the Pro Physique Transformation Challenge. We've added in a new feature this time around, guided coaching. So basically, when you sign up for the Transformation Challenge, you have the workouts, the Facebook group, the accountability towards all of that. All the coaches' lives will be in there, things like that. A lot of goodies that you guys get for the Transformation Challenge. However, you can also pick me to be your coach during that process. So we will have a call, you'll be on my roster, you will be a client, you check in every 2 weeks during the Transformation Challenge. We go over your macros, we go over your cardio. It's a normal standard client check-in without fully committing to one-on-one coaching, which is still an option for you during or after the challenge is over. But I love that guided coaching option that we've added, and I'll put the information down below for you guys to learn more about it. But also, if you guys are ready to sign up and get going on that too, do it. It starts January 9th, and I'm super, super pumped. I've already got a handful of clients through there that are really super pumped about having that option as far as the accountability goes during the Transformation Challenge to help them kick it off and help them stick with it for those 12 weeks. And then, of course, they're looking at continuing coaching beyond that, because once you can stick with it for that amount of time, it makes it a whole lot easier to continue on building up those habits and keeping that lifestyle moving forward in a positive direction. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really, really appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Next video, I'm looking at doing some more training stuff. So I'm trying to, develop some great content for you guys. If you have any ideas for content or anything you want to see, please do comment below. I read all the comments. I respond to them. But thank you guys again for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next video.